Happy Thursday. We got lots of thoughts. We've had some thought, and even before we were gonna, thought with y'all.
Yeah, we just about forgot
Yeah, I was like, oh goodness.
to thought you.
If you notice that the little, stream's starting soon. All right, hey, this is P over here. You moved the paint back in the way, lady.
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, they ain't paying us. Okay, now,
They're
this
not.
is P over here.
I'm over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
We are PM Artist Studio.
yeah, that's pretty good. You're feeling better. I think you're
I
sounding
am.
better.
Well, my voice is still kind of cracky, but I'm not getting that tickly urge to start
Yeah,
coughing.
that's good. I'm happy for that. People are worried about you.
I was
Maybe even
worried
with the
about me.
drinking.
I mean, seriously, I was worried about me.
All right, so, hello. Happy Thursday to everyone. Do say hello in the chat so I can say hello to you back. That way I know that you're here, because then it pops up as, you're here and you're doing your participant thing. Make sure you have your chat set to live chat. That way you see everything and everyone interacting, and you're kind of like not going, oh, I feel like I'm missing something. That could be
Because
it.
usually you are.
Let's see here. So, yes, do say hello. Give your thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. That's on this video. If you're new to the stream, welcome. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back to you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We do this each time, or 3 times a week. Yeah, 3 times a week. Did we turn on all the lights? Oh, we're missing one. That's why. Okay, I'll go turn that on here in just a second. But I am, 2 lights. There, that's better. Fantastic. Look at us getting things. Woohoo! All right, we have Acme here. We have Ann, Heather, Brad, Candy, Carol, Sarah, Carrie, Colleen, Dana, Debsy, Devin, Diane, Fran on the edge. Happy anniversary, Fran and Ian.
Oh, love the picture in Makers. It was so cute.
Isabel, Joni, Judy, Kathy, Marta, Miriam, Panka, Ricky Nordmeyer, Sandra Tate, Sherry, Silver Granny, Susan, Defrain, Tina. Hello, Tina. I think Tina's been here before. Pretty sure.
I don't. Tina doesn't sound familiar, but she might have been.
Yeah. I'm kind of having one of those days. All right. And then Laura just popped in there. And Jacqueline, I think. All right. Cool. If I missed you, just, let me know in the chat over here. I feel like I need to wipe the little camera thing. There's kind of like a haze. 1 second, guys. I'm wiping the little... There we go. I think that might be better. Maybe it's just kind of feeling hazy in here. I don't know. It's been weird. It's been weird lately. Just weird. Okay. What do we have? Let me do announcement stuff. We have the October giveaway. If you want to know more about that, I didn't see Nightbot in the chat thing. Did I? Why isn't Nightbot showing up in our little chat thing? That's interesting. Because he's usually here, right? Let's see if it'll do the hashtag giveaway thing.
Brad used...
Okay, yeah, he's there. All right, he's working. All right. It just hadn't worked
He
yet.
had a job.
Telling you guys. All right, there we go. So there is the giveaway information. There is also the Makers. If you are not a part of the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, that is our Facebook group, where many of these lovely folks that you already see here in the chat hang out, post their awesome things, and along with having our different, we have the tag swap. He's going to be working on the tags some more today. Also, those of you that are placing orders as of today, I will, if you put in the special instructions, if you want a tag, some of the orders that came in yesterday, I did put them in with because I had them. But anything prior to that, I didn't have the tags, so it just, it wasn't.
I was still working on making them more beautiful.
But you must ask for the tags. There you go. If you want them in the orders, because we got a few, and I don't know what else we're going to do with them.
Well, I have to have some to swap with, and I can't remember
how.
I think I only have to have 2.
Yeah, I was going to say you have plenty, and you're going to be making more today.
It's true.
Okay, so that's the tag swap. If you want to know more about that, you need to be over there in Makers. talk to Joni or look up in the featured area at the top of Makers, then you'll find that information along with our November header thing, because I think you have until tomorrow for the tag swap. Then the cutoff date is for that. But we'll be doing something each month. Joni's in charge of that. She's our swap gal. And then November header, you have all month to put your, if you post in Makers and then you put that hashtag November, what is it? Makers header November 22 in it, then we'll know that you wanted that to be considered.
Yes, and all that stuff is the top of Maker's page, and it has a little arrow and it'll come across.
Mm-hmm. So your stuff's working now?
Well,
Seems
that
fun.
arrow is.
Other arrows aren't.
Other arrows, not so much.
Okay.
There's been an arrow selective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some work, some don't.
Okay. Alrighty. Hello, Sandra. So glad you're here. And Penny, I don't think Penny was here earlier. Evie, hello, Niecy. Lisa Mingus. Alright, quite the crew. Do remember to give those thumbsy upsies, y'all. Alright, Thursday Thoughts it is. Do I need to go topside or shall I leave it just, face side?
I think you should just let me read my stuff here.
Should I just put me little? I'm going to put me little and then just, go pecan.
Oh, big?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So I have these cool tags
Molly sent us.
that Molly sent us, and I absolutely love them. I love the feel of them. They just feel so cool, and they take ink, they take paint really nicely.
Yeah, what are coating on them? It's a nice coating. Not all coated things.
No, because
Well,
I've tried photo paper on my, and I don't recommend it. I think you can use it, but you definitely need to know what you're doing. You need to get it on and get it off.
right.
And I think I was worried about these a little bit, but I already knew, I had plan B before I ever,
Actually,
when I did the,
I came up here and I was like, they're coated. Are you sure that? And she's like, well, they seem to be fine because I already used them.
but this blue on here was the one that I left on that I didn't get off, and you didn't get to see it the other day because I did it afterwards.
Yeah.
Pardon. So, I've got some plans for those. And I have some that you haven't seen because I went ahead and did some other things to it. But we're going to talk about that just momentarily. I'm going to read you my, usually we have a word of the day. Well, we have a tag.
Well, it's thoughts.
A tag quote of the day. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And these are new. I don't think I've used any of these before. And I was just looking up some people, and and Mariah and I are both kind of, whenever we can, we're promoting women artists, and that's kind of what I didn't find them all. I mean, some of these are dudes too.
They could be.
What?
Debsy says toe tags. They do kind of look like toe tags, but I think toe tags.
We actually have some toe tags.
Yeah, that Lisa sent us, and they're legit.
Yeah, I kept mine because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I need to drag out that book and show them because it's getting to be. We're in October now, so
we are. It's my birthday month. I used to celebrate all month long.
I know.
Now I'm lucky if I get the day. The baby says she's planning things. I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay, so I'm going. And I forgot to tell you about what came with these was this little elastic stuff.
I had mentioned it, and then I did put the link in chat. So if you guys want to check them out, that is one of the affiliate links.
Yeah, and I don't know that I'll leave them together, but for right now I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave them together. And I just thought, the thoughts or the ideas within each of these quotations are something that we can expand upon or
move along.
Move along. Just whatever. But anyway. Okay.
Hey, Gretchen.
I wrote that it would spark ideas and create a dialogue or conversation about applicability to the process of art making. I don't know. You just never know.
You never know.
Sometimes the things that you do that you think are very inconsequential turned out to be like major things with someone else.
Some things
So-
that you make into a big old deal, you're like, geez, why was that such a
Seriously?
big deal?
What? Yeah. Or you can't even remember what it was.
Yeah. Just
Was that,
kind of
yeah.
remember it was sort of traumatic.
That's all you remember, that part of it.
Right.
That's sad. Here, this is a good one. I love this one. You can judge your age by the amount of pain you feel when you come in contact with a new idea.
Ooh,
Pearl Buck.
I love that.
Isn't that a good one? I know. She's wonderful.
So then I'm feeling very young. I'm usually pretty open to.
Okay, well,
I
I
think.
guess maybe you aren't old. One must ask children and birds how cherries and strawberries taste. And this is Goethe, German. I thought that was
Goethe?
just
It's probably Goethe.
Goethe.
I would say it's Goethe.
It's Goethe.
You guys
Seriously.
have any Goethe?
There is nothing so terrible as activity without insight.
Mmm.
Is that not applicable to our...
I very much love that.
That's also Goethe.
You know, just watch our intro video on, you know, that I feel like there always needs to be a reason.
Yes.
She doesn't always feel that way.
I don't always feel it. Sometimes I think it just stands alone.
That's a
Other
one-off.
times, and here, this is my favorite one. I can't wait to share this with my son. We will burn that bridge when we come to it, and that's Goethe. He actually said that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. I was.
Oh,
Why?
so it's a dude.
It was a dude. Yeah, it's old
Goethe's.
German. He was kind of like
Okay,
during
then maybe
the.
it's not Goethe. I thought it was a Goethe. You were saying, you know.
Life is a lot like jazz. It's best.
Penny, mine is the 20th. Penny and I share a birthday. My best friend and I do too. Sorry, got excited about that.
Well, okay, so you know I've been doing this since we're talking about birthdays.
And then we'll get back to that bridge burning.
Yeah, we will. And my people at the I place. I love this place. I mean, you know, they have water, they have pretzels around. They always ask if you know if they can get you anything or
Real
well,
chic.
they should because it's kind of a pricey
Yeah.
joint. But anyway, so the lady that I did that you know talked to me about all the procedure and you know my options and all this good stuff, like 2 weeks ago, had rocks in her office, and I commented on them. She says, "Oh, I love rocks. I have rocks from everywhere I ever go." And I said, "Oh my gosh, so do I. And I really like your pebbles." She had some great pebbles.
Oh, she brought some to the office.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the one that I saw yesterday, who's my pre-op counselor. Everybody has a title there.
A counselor.
Counselor.
They counsel you on your pre-op.
They counsel you on your pre-op, and I mean they give you a printed out version, but they go over it and she highlights it. I mean it's very
Did you listen really well this time? I don't feel like you listened that well on your last one.
well.
were
Some
just-
of it was kind of repeat information.
Okay.
So yeah, the second time around I got, but I probably do need to sit down with you and go over it before, and we need to do it before because I think I'm supposed to start my drops before the surgery or something
Yeah,
like
that's how
that.
it kind of was.
But anyway, she's also a rock person. And she had 3 rocks there. And I said, oh my goodness, those remind me of rocks from Anchorage, Alaska. And she says, well, I got these in Washington. So it's kind of similar, you know,
Geography.
geography and minerals. Yeah, because one of them was granite. And the other 2 were like pebble slate. And they were all nice and smooth and everything.
Oh, Niecy's first grandbaby was born yesterday. That's so nice.
Yes, it is.
I sometimes kind of wish Izzy was an October baby, but then I'm also kind of like, I'm happy that I don't have to share my month when I get back into, you know, celebrating the full month. I'm just saying.
Well, and that's great because then you can spend the whole month of May celebrating
Yeah.
Izzy's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, back to the quotes.
Okay.
Life is a lot like jazz. It's best when you improvise. George Gershwin.
I think we've used that one in a book.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Okay, I love this one. I have a simple philosophy. Fill what is empty, empty what's full, and scratch where it itches. That's Alice Roosevelt Longworth. You need to look her up and read about her. She was Teddy Roosevelt's first child from his first wife, who died shortly after childbirth from kidney failure. During the same time, his mother died of typhoid fever. So Teddy Roosevelt was, he had a lot of tragedy in his life. But Alice was way ahead of her time.
Ooh.
Teddy told somebody that came to the White House, he said, I can either be the President of the United States or I can take care of Alice. I can't do both. She was a handful. It's hard to clean up after.
Sounds like ours.
Okay. Yes, I was thinking that when I was reading her biography, and
yeah,
I
I
think,
guess that. Oh, yeah.
okay.
Susan says that Susan Dufresne, she's a rock person. Her grandparents were rock hounds and lapidaries.
Oh, so they were like serious.
They took me rock hunting in summertime when she was growing up. That's a wonderful memory.
You can't go wrong with rocks,
Well, you can when you're trying to haul them around and the back of the car's weighted down. These are things that have happened.
Yeah. That's what I loved about my little Honda hatchback. Because I didn't have to lift them up and over. They were just right there at that level.
It was like a nice shelf.
It was a grand car. Okay. This one is also by Pearl Buck. Race, and she grew up in China. They moved there when she was 3 months old. She was born in the United States, then went back to China, and she was there for 45 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
she spent most of her life in China. But when she came back to the United States, she did some really cool stuff. You need to look her up also, Wikipedia. Race prejudice is not only a shadow over the colored, it is a shadow over all of us. And the shadow is darkest over those who feel it least and allow its evil effects to go on. Now, what she was referring to here was the Chinese, because they were definitely a labor force that was exploited, and absolutely, it was horrible, the conditions. So, yeah. I like those a lot. And I put them in my, what do I want to call it again?
Zibaldone.
Zibaldone.
I don't know if it has
Because
that accent to it, but
then-
I sure like it.
If my cards get lost or somewhere, now they're within my little book, my
Yes.
Zibaldone book. Okay. Those aside for right now.
Are you going to paint on those or,
Probably will. I just don't feel like that today I want to do that. I've got some other things in mind.
All right, moving on. Shall I go topside?
You shall.
Okay.
Because I want to show them the cards that I've actually embellished or, done something else to them. What?
I was just like, because the color comes up and it's like, ah!
Oh, yeah.
And then P was hilarious. She's like, I need more of this yellow. What is it, 210? Is it 210 yellow?
It's 210 yellow.
That's her favorite yellow.
Because I was looking at this one, I said, Mariah, it's getting down pretty low. It's hard
my
for
God.
me to squeeze it out anymore. And she said,
like
well,
we
I
have
think that, you have more. I do, but this one's not full. So I told her we need to go ahead and have a backup. Because that's like my favorite opaque yellow. I have lots of nice
Transparent
yellows, but every now and then you just need an opaque yellow.
goodness.
For
Hey, Eva.
instance, right here, this is opaque yellow.
Eva says that Pearl Buck was her mother's favorite.
I loved her. I've read almost everything that she's written, but I think my favorite is Imperial Women. I like The Good Earth, and that's really her.
Somebody else mentioned that here, yeah.
Yeah, that's her most famous. But Imperial Women, I like it a lot.
P's a big reader. I am not.
I'm going to get. I stopped reading for a while because I just
eyeballs hurt.
couldn't. Yeah, I would have severe.
Well, fingers
they would-
crossed all this goes well. And
I know. I'm very excited about it because I miss reading. I think I do read, but can't read for long periods of time. Okay, so I did stenciling on a lot of these, See the little
Here,
chrysanthemum
Lynn
there?
says, P, those quotes were inspiring, much more so than the one that she found today. I'm not arguing. I'm just explaining why I'm right. Who was that by? We want to know.
Yes. Yeah, you got
Definitely a woman, and we would
Oh.
like to know her.
Yes. I know who she is. She probably wrote some more stuff that was really good. Okay, so I did circles on here, and then I did the chrysanthemum. And I think that really, you know, it sometimes I just need something. I'm still not totally in love with this, but it's a whole lot better than it was. I put this on here, that circle. I did this little strip of from the ATCs. This one I did a thing of yellow, and then I did these squares over it. See
Aren't these fun?
see this one little flower down here in the circle?
Lynn says, unknown author. T-shirt quote.
Oh,
It happens.
yes. I don't know. This one's kind of messy, but I still like it. It's very layered.
Well, and sometimes those are just general statements.
Oh, this is
I
true.
think, you know.
Very much so. Okay, I did this over here on this side, and I did this little bit of squares down here at the bottom. I did that one red shape, which is the inside of a circle. This one I did the white squares, the black honeycomb things, and then the net on the side.
Laura, you need some of those headphone things that, like, you know, hook in just to the TV, and then that way, like, all the background noise stuff. I totally understand that.
I don't know.
And Izzy here lately, she's been real fired up if Mom and I are talking, and she's like, I can't hear my movies. Yeah, we're like, you could go to the other room. But then she's like, but then I can't see you.
I'll tell you what, I
We're
was
struggling
very,
here.
very, very close to giving her a good swat on the butt this morning.
She's been a handful the last, I don't know, the week or so. It's a lot of mommy. It's a lot of don't leave me. I'm like, where are we
Separation
leaving
anxiety. I mean,
You're
what you
never
really need to be
alone.
thinking about is that we're looking up boarding schools to send you to.
you? She's not serious. She does think about these things. She used to say these things to me, but she does not say them to Izzy.
No, I just think about
This is
it.
how I grew up.
Yeah. They got this really nice school in New Mexico for girls. You better
Aw,
shape up, or that's where you
no.
get to go to. Okay, and a little bit of my systemic writing and a little chrysanthemum. I think this is very
I love that one.
Asian. It's sort of a weird one. It doesn't. None of the rest of them really look like this. It's just kind of a one-off.
It's a weird one-offer.
Weird one-offer, and this one kind of is too because it's got. Well, it has lots of. All of them have lots of layers on them.
What are you going to be playing with today as far as, like, stencils and such?
Well, we're going to go ahead and fix these.
Ooh, are you going to do that one print that we talked about last night? Or no?
I think so. But I want to do these first and just get this out of the way. Because I think that these have.
I don't think so. No, she's very happy at school. Lynn asked if there was something going on at school.
No, she
just-
loves school.
She loves school. She has no
She
problem
really-
going
thank
to school.
God.
It's just when
You know, I
she's
have to
here at
used
the
to
house.
kick Mariah off my leg to get her to go to school.
No, we don't have that problem. Like, she's usually running. In fact, today,
Oh,
Brad
yeah.
had to grab her back and go, am I going to get a twirl? He likes to give her a little twirl and a little fist bump, but her friends were there, and she's like, I got to go. And then one day, we didn't even get to hug her or anything, because she's like, I got to go, but, you know, she's meeting up with her friends. So, yeah, no, that's not a problem. It's just here at the house, you know. Just don't leave her in a different room.
I don't know.
We don't really understand.
We don't really
We're
understand.
working through
I don't know that I'm supposed to understand.
it. True that.
Okay. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking these areas where I have this pukey yellow that I used that was the transparent, because see it's showing through there. Instead of going over it with with the other opaque yellow, which I thought about doing that, but I thought, well, it needs a little black on there anyway, because, you know, black, I don't know, just adds some seriousness to something. And I'm thinking about using the small honeycombs.
So Anne says that there might be something that still has triggered that concern about us leaving.
Oh, the abandonment issues?
We never leave her.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's that we haven't done it enough, and that it's just, you know, she's kind of one of those puppies that just hasn't ever been left alone. We need to do more of it. I don't know. That seems mean.
I don't really.
I think she'll work through it. Is our house haunted? I don't think so. We're the first persons here. Unless it's kind of a poltergeisty situation. I mean, it was the woods here before. Which is kind of sad, but...
Yes.
I mean, as much woods as can be here in Texas.
Ah!
No. Was that your paper that you were going to use?
No.
You kind of crazy brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had any of that. And so yeah, when her grandmother died, she was in 2nd grade. The other kids knew, and several began super concerned. She became cleaning with her parents and grandparents. But no, we haven't had any of that.
Ah, well, finally one that, you know, did what it was supposed to do rather than this smushy ushy
Well, it's good that you have more than
gushy
one.
stuff. And I'm going ahead and pulling these because part of these I'm really
You
thinking.
know what? She hasn't been hanging out with you as much.
That's true.
Like, she doesn't have her long days up here with you.
Well,
maybe
because
it
she's
could be
going to
something
school.
like that. You're right, but that could be, you know, something that... And then the other day, she just didn't want her sitting next to her on the couch. That I was going to come over. So maybe, you know, maybe that could be kind of some of it. I mean, that's the big change.
Yeah.
And the person being, you know... So, yeah.
That is true.
Thank you, Darcy. Yeah.
And the only time she sleeps with me anymore is when she's mad at her mother.
Yeah. Like the other day, like, she didn't even come to say goodnight to me or anything. Like, she was mad.
She came marching upstairs and she said,
I'm ready for bed.
I'm ready for bed. And I'm like, wow, okay, here, let me, you know.
Stop everything that I'm doing.
Yeah. And I didn't even know until, she didn't tell me anything.
No.
So I didn't even know till the next day, you know, exactly what had conspired and prompted that little. But I mean, but it kind of has, okay, so here we are upstairs. And
I'm sorry, this is probably not, we're having Thursday thoughts about just things that are happening in our lives.
yeah, sorry, yeah. And
Please like, subscribe, and do all that business.
so she was so tired also because she's also had a very busy time of things here lately. You know, going places and...
Hey, Carrie, that totally makes sense. He says that he knows this might sound freakish, but start keeping a mood planner of Izzy. He did many years ago and found that it was very much affected by the full moons. Not like in a werewolf kind of way. Well, we know that because we were even talking about, I mean, the last couple weeks around here have just been nutty. Like with clients and just weird, just a lot of... You know, that's the only way I can describe it. Just
Yeah. Okay,
You know,
got those out of the way. See, I told you that would be good. And then we don't have to worry about that. Kind of liking this. I think I'm going to pull this off because it might be a really cool one to use. Get some good contrast over here. Okay. Now, we need to look at...
Now, Neil deGrasse Tyson says that's a bunch of hooey, but I'm with you guys. I believe that there's some unexplained, like, just I don't know, the pull. I mean, it affects the oceans, right?
Okay, remember this? It's dry.
Oh, this is the smaller one. This isn't the popcorny one.
No.
Or what ended up kind of looking coral-like.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
It's
Isn't
the
that
big
beautiful?
one.
Now,
But I've got some ideas here. Okay, so I have this color and it's called transparent white. Mariah's already given me a
is that what you used on the other one?
no. I didn't.
I just think that you should try to recreate that one, and then if you want to get, you know, experimental, you can do that on the other one.
All right, well, we'll just go with tried and true then. Mariah she's not experimenting with me.
Not for this one.
Okay.
You've got two, so let's not, you know, why not?
Exactly. I
Do you
kind of,
have-
okay. Now we should turn this over because what you're seeing there is not necessarily what you're going to be getting.
Right.
Okay. I could do this, but I'm not going to because it's a pain and it never works out anyway. Okay, we'll just start with one end and
And welcome to those of you that we've had a few. We need to check to see if we can add more emojis because we've had a few more Arty Perk members.
oh yeah.
So welcome. If you notice, you now have like a little thing next to your name, and you will be able to use the emojis. You can even use them in the comments. Like even if you aren't in the live stream, you have access to them on our channel whenever you leave comments or in the
Seriously?
chat. Yeah, I use
I
them.
don't think that I knew that.
Well, you're not part of the Arty Perks.
I'm not, and I don't know how to do those
you have
things
to pay
anyway.
for it. What's weird is like I wish we could like be able to say like admins or moderators could just have them, but it doesn't work that way. It's like through YouTube, and it's kind of their thing.
Look at that.
It's very beautiful. Do you have the example over there of the one that we're trying to recreate? But that's fine. You just roll out your pen. Sorry. There is we always laugh about it, but it's the liquid text. Transparent white. Oh, thank you, Bouse. And yes, there's the links to the Arty Perks if you want to know more about it. There's the
Okay,
video.
no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to let that dry.
Yeah. Because then you did
Then I did a dark one. Then I did a double ombreing over this to get the print. Yeah, I did.
I don't know. Okay. I'll trust you with it. I'm a little confused about the sequence of that. Carrie says, thank you, I'll get some of that. It does come in handy.
What?
The transparent white. When we first got it, we were like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Didn't really understand.
I just got it because I thought, what can this be? Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful this is.
Ooh, that is.
I've never pulled it off of here, off of this one. I pulled it off of the other one, the medium
We
one.
never peeled the big one.
Never peeled the big one.
That
Not
does
yet.
look beautiful.
That's looking really good. Okay. So what are we going to do here?
Okay. Joni says, isn't transparent white clear?
No, it's
It's
more translucent.
It's cloudy.
It's cloudy was the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Devin has a metallic white that she uses. It's like it's for transparency. Yeah, so it's foggy. Exactly, Deb.
Okay, this is transparent red oxide open. And I'm going to use some of the permanent maroon.
And Susan posted that article. I think it was an article, right? About the oxides.
Yes,
in
she
Makers.
did.
It was great.
and violet oxide. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to use...
Will you show them the transparent white? Pretty please. Isn't it's that big wooden note next there, that one? That's the one.
No, that's titanium white.
Oh, but it is a Liquitex one.
It is a Liquitex. It's in this medium size thing here. I don't know where it is. It's just Liquitex and it says transparent white.
Is it a small one? I thought it was a big one.
I don't know where it is.
Well, you better find it for your thing that you want to do.
Well, I don't want it. I don't know that I'm going to do that after I thought about it. Okay, so I'm thinking here, I'm going to divide these two up with this in the middle. And the permanent maroon I'm going to put up here or down here. And the violet oxide, why are you laughing?
Devin says, you keep waving that transparent red iron oxide in my face, knowing I still haven't gotten it yet. Did I read that with the right?
Yeah, and this is open, so it's going to hang in there a bit.
You may want to get the other.
Get what other?
Get it in just the heavy body.
Yeah, just heavy body rather than open. I don't know why I got open. I just, I went through a stage where everything I had to have was open. And when I finally figured out it's really better just to add your retarder as you want to.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know.
You don't always need it. And especially here because it fluctuates so much.
All right, we're going to try something different. Because this is covering the whole page pretty much. So we're going to do the negative.
Now, this is Carrie's bark.
Yes, it is.
For those of you that
remember, if you're using this like this, you need to use a little bit more paint than you normally would, because you're going to be going into those crevices, and it's really a total pain in the patootie to have to put more in later. So I'm giving a really big squeeze there. Need to clean that one's nose a little bit, but we'll do that later. And violet oxide. And I almost think that that's what... What?
Darcy put it in there, and it's just funny. She says, woof woof, or bark stencil. And I said, broken bark, designed by Carrie the Crafter. You can take either one. They'll work. That's funny. Yeah, it's great. And P's been having a really good time with it. Alright, and she used them on some of the ones that she's sending for her postcard swap. Now, did you take a picture of all these? Well, I sent off those ones. Those of you that are getting postcards in the mail, if you would, please take a picture of them and post them in Makers when they are received.
Because we didn't take a picture of them.
Yeah. Hey, she handed them to me. She says, they're here, the addresses. I wrote a little note on the back, and I got them out. Otherwise, things get kind of stacked in places on my desk. And
now,
then
you don't want to leave this long at all because you don't want to start pulling up the good stuff. Oh, boy, that's really wet. That's okay.
I'm loving this ombre.
Quick, 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 quick. And now I am going to remove the stencil, even though it's not totally defined there. I think I've got enough.
Oh, yeah.
Perfection.
Mwah.
Okay, let's turn this baby over and look at it. Oh, my goodness. I think it kind of looks a bit like Australian eucalyptus tree bark. It comes in really weird colors.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this will, just help me remember. Look at this lovely ombre.
Anne would like to know if you were swearing in another language. Just wondering.
I can. Look at that. All right. Oh my gosh, I think that's just lovely. Isn't that lovely?
That's lovely.
I'm going to put that aside
All right.
and get another one out here.
Now, have you guys started your objects otherwise considered trash for the collab? Anybody? I have not.
I saved my Barilla pasta box.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Did
I was
you
like,
s-
we need another
No, you-
box like a.
You don't. I'm going to do something with that. Yeah. You just go ahead and snort.
Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is a photo. What is it like when I? She's gonna get mad at me, but I don't care. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take pictures of all the areas and all the boxes, and maybe I even lay out the boxes so it's your collection of. So it's a.
Photo montage.
Yeah, but it's really like
Crap. I know what you're thinking, Mariah. You don't have to be nice about it.
I'm trying to be sort of nice, but also it's capturing these. I don't know.
I don't
Words
know.
are hard.
I think that's a bit like, airing your underwear in public kind of thing.
Well, it could be some of those like weird photo. You go to those galleries and there's like weird photos, and you sit around going, "What happened there?" So maybe that's what it is. Now you guys would understand, I think, because I think some of you guys have similar little collections.
Okay, I want this to go a little bit browner. But then I got to thinking, maybe I should just go ahead and make it, really weird barky with this. And it has to be opaque. It has to be opaque.
I don't know about that, Gary.
What?
Miriam, no, do not apologize about asking. So the collab is something that we have non-YouTubers and YouTubers. Those of us that have YouTube channels, we have a hop each month, and then anybody that wants to participate that is a non-YouTuber certainly can. And then they usually show their stuff over in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. So,
One more.
post your stuff there. And you can do that anytime during the month. If you want to wait until the very last day, that's totally fine. If you want to post what you made for, one particular collab, 2 months later, just make sure you use the hashtag so we can kind of find it, or if people are searching around for certain things. But, yes. Lisa Mingus said, PM Artist Studio. Stash, not trash. Or is it? That's the question.
Yeah. Could go with that. Green gold. It's not the same consistency.
I like what you got going on here.
I think it's going to be good, but I need one more color.
Oh, what
And
about
I
the
just-
pinky?
Peachy?
Yeah.
Do I want it on this side or this side?
I don't know that matters. Oh, actually, I do think it matters. I think that you.
I think this should be here. This should be down here with the red, and maybe this here.
So you're going horizontal?
I have to. I'm going the same way.
Okay. Swap. I think you want to swap the blue and the peach. Because
No, because I want this
more blue to show up.
Well, this is not this isn't blue.
Well, then put your green at the top, your peach in the middle, and then your minty whatever.
This is Arctic.
Arctic. Put your Arctic, leave your Arctic at the bottom. Put the peachy in the middle.
And the green
Green,
is there.
yes.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I think with the green, you're gonna really kind of lose it in the middle, where it's sort of the peach is gonna pump up a bit. So that'll be good.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Yes, Miriam, just holler at somebody in Makers or just me, and we'll get you pointed in the right direction. And I go out and I sort the stuff, and then she gets mad at me because I will consolidate, and she goes, well, you realize I just won't be able, I don't look inside of boxes. So she likes, this explains everything. She wants everything out or everything visible to access.
Absolutely.
But we only have so much space, and once we can, you know, harness our own, what are they from Hilda? We really need them.
Oh, yeah.
The Nefties? Yeah, something like that. And
This is probably about like 3
yeah.
or 4 times more than I really need.
That was a lot.
It's a lot.
It's all right.
But I don't want to have to come back and...
Yeah.
I'd rather brayer off some than have to come back, because remember the coming back, you can pick up your other thing, and you want to make sure you got plenty of paint.
Lexi, see, I'm telling you, I know that you guys, you're definitely our people, because I mean, as much as I give her a hard time, I do love a good box. So Lexi says, yeah, if something isn't hidden in a box, I might as well not have it. Good point. So maybe I can start clearing some things out.
Now see, we're still dealing with that cottage cheese effect on that Lucas Krill, and Mariah did...
I shook it.
Shook the bejesus out of it.
Well, I think...
And I don't know what this spot is down here on my plate.
Is it a dent? Indention?
Got
There
that
you
booger. Oh my gosh, that looks so...
Ooh.
That is some fine looking stuff.
That was worth all that paint.
Okay, I think this is going to be one of those. Let's use some good paper.
Oh, hey, Constance. In a box out of mine, yes. Maybe what we should do is start documenting. Like, so we'll take a picture of the items, and then like like we can give them numbers and stuff, and then we can have a book, catalog them.
Catalog your crap.
Your objects that may otherwise be considered trash. And
that is going to be so... I'm so glad I used good paper on this. Look at that.
I'm in love with this. That's some beautiful bark.
I should get a hold of Prudence.
You should.
I'm going to post this and tag her.
You do it. Hey, I think she's part of Makers.
Well, I post her stuff in there. I love Prudence.
She's very busy. She's kind of important.
She's a really cool person.
We're a little bit fangirl on her.
Yeah, I am.
She definitely
totally
is.
Fangirl. I felt so honored that she even replied to my...
She did. She sent us stuff.
And I mean, she's like world famous person. She's the rock star of the crochet scene.
She's lucky she lives in Australia. P would go visit her.
I would.
Show up at her
I'd go
door
show
with
up her
some
door.
yarn.
I'm here.
Tell you, if we do visit Australia.
All right, now we got to talk about what we're going to do here.
Carrie, oh, yeah, see, and she's terrible at that.
What?
The system only works if things are returned to their original location each time.
I told Mariah, I said, that is why I would be able to find these things if they'd been
Oh, by the way, I found them. They were exactly where I thought they were. It's just they were a little further down because somebody had put some other stuff on top. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Sure, it was Izzy.
That's it. She's not here to defend herself. I used to have, back in the day, a housekeeper, Irma. I loved Irma. But I shared this with her once. I said, Irma, I don't know if you know this or not, but when Carmichael accuses me of losing something, I just blame it on you. She says, I do the same thing with you. So I just thought that was
Hey, that's
so
hilarious.
funny. Okay, let's talk about this color here. Was denkst du? Probably definitely something orangey down here and something bluey up here.
Well, or you could use your fern at the bottom, which would be fun again. And maybe Arctic at the top. If you want to stick with those same colors or whatever.
Or, you know what I could do? I could go with these guys.
Oh, do that. Yeah, because the shimmer's fun.
It is. We haven't done that for a while.
Not since, Tuesday.
I don't think I even shimmered anything on Tuesday.
So it might have been Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you did much shimmering.
I've kind of been off the shimmer.
A little bit. The snakeskin stuff you shimmered a lot.
Yeah. I want to use this.
Oh, and bought a bunch of classroom organization containers during back to school. Hubby helped sort stuff. Found more than a few duplicates. That's okay. Just means you really liked it and needed it. Was that a good one?
I'm hoping if I can get it off there intact.
Hey, Janet. And hello, Designs and Do-Overs. Kristen. Welcome, welcome.
I don't know if this is the one I want or not. Really think it's more
You love
this.
that one.
Love this one.
And I think that'll look really nice with the blue. Just try to keep it lower and so it doesn't come up too much into the blue. I'm helping. I felt your energy of, geez, thanks, Captain Obvious. Really appreciate you sitting over there giving the calls.
Always make sure your brayer is rolling before you give it the old
Yeah, you don't have a
heave
stuck
ho.
bit. You got some paper stuck on there.
It's all right. I think it'll be okay.
Look at that. Did you cut some more papers?
No, and I'm getting kind of low. I really needed to do that. Of course, I've got now a goopy fingerprint down here. You know, that's okay. If it ever comes into question if it's really mine or not, there will probably someplace be somewhere a fingerprint that will establish that.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Got a bubble there. That might be what's wrong with that one.
Oh, it pushed it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It's across
Usually,
the studio.
it's a sucker inner.
Yeah.
If it's been on the bottom.
But maybe you flipped it.
Could be.
Did you flip it?
I don't know.
Huta says, backseat arting, Mariah. I say it's across the table. That's how I gel print.
All right. We did this opposite of what we did the other one. Just because I wanted to kind of see, you know, why would you want to do the same thing over and over again? Really like that, but I don't know. That pink is kind of... And I just put all that stuff away, I swear to God. Permanent maroon, violet oxide, and transparent. All right. So, we need our stencil. Where's my stencil? Oh.
Careful. She stuck new things to the cart. Makes me nervous. Now this is the 9x12. So this is the big one.
Just the big one.
Which is kind of nice. If you have an 8x10 or a 9x12 plate, this one's great.
Now you notice on the other, I had to pull a lot of that paint off, but I did it quickly. That's the trick. If you're going to do this technique, you've got to do it quickly. Now I just suddenly changed my mind here. Just going to go ahead and do the whole top in this one. We're just going to have 2 color.
It didn't ding into the thing. Do you see it?
Yes, it's right here. Right by my foot.
Stretch.
Yeah, I can tell because if it clunks, it hits my button box down here.
Yeah,
that's my footrest.
If you hear the ding, then I have to go after it later. Because it's deep within the
recesses
stuffy
of the
zone.
Yes. Oh. A little flippy there, but
Kind of doing interesting things in the middle.
now that's probably
Yeah, you're
about
playing a dangerous game there.
playing a dangerous game. Could flip that off on something, but I don't.
I don't know that you have that kind of time, or you could.
Well, no, I'm going to let this dry.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to pull it with
Oh, like the.
Titan Buff.
Oh, I was thinking maybe the gold.
Well, but see, we've already got that. Already got our metallic down. Subtle.
Yeah, see, I think that was the reverse of what you were supposed to do.
Well, I wanted to try it, Mariah, because I hadn't done it before.
Now, what you could do is put some paper down there and try to pull it off.
Do what?
If you get some paper down there, like right now, and just see what would pull off.
I don't want to do that.
Okay. It was a suggestion.
Well, it was a suggestion, but it was not one that I wanted to do. All right, now what am I going to do? While those are drying. Oh, I know what I want. But see, I need my dadgum plates. I'll just have to use others.
Others.
Not like I don't have them. Okay. So, I want to create, excuse me. I want to, and I'm using the new ones because this one has more open area and less circles.
I don't have, yeah, and I didn't put that one in the shop. That was kind of beta testing.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you. Right. Handed me this thing today. Okay, where is it? There it is. Okay, so she hands me this thing. And I'm going, Bella, bees, and wasps.
So when I got up here to get things ready,
I'm going, is this something new? Bella bees?
what is this? Since she said,
Beta.
what is it?
I said, well, you
I
know
was like,
what?
those are beta bees.
You need to cross your T's and dot your I's because otherwise that T is an L and it's Bella.
Hello, Danielle. Or is it Daniela? Danielle? I think it's just Danielle.
Okay.
Which stencil, the one that she had on earlier, just a minute ago, that is the broken bark. These are the nested circles connected. So.
All right. So what I'm thinking here, and we haven't talked about it. Well, I've sort of talked about it with Mariah. Let's use that. They look blue green. You know, I painted Archipinka white. Van says, wow, how did you get that marbling effect? He said, are you going to leave that? And I said, no. He's like, well, you should. It looks really cool. I said, well, I know, but it's not what I want. And, you know, that's just one of the things in life. You may have something that you're absolutely in love with, but if it's not working for where you're going,
Yeah.
you have to be able to give it up. Right? Oh, with me on that? So I'm making papers to put on Archie.
Oh, you're kind of doubling that. Oh.
Well, I'm hoping this is going to work. You know,
It's tricky.
it is tricky, but you can do this if your stencils are still new and they don't have like oodles and scoodles of
Paint buildup.
paint built up on them. Yeah.
This is a new stencil technique only, or a freshly, you know, cleaned one. Ooh, look at that. See how long it would take you to lay out the circles? I was thinking about, I'm like, why didn't we think about this before?
I was pretty dead gum excited about these circles.
And we talked about it sort of when you were making your one to do the shadow technique with.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of was like, well, I mean, I don't
This
know.
is kind of looking kind of starry night.
It is. Get your
Starry
Van Gogh going.
night. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I'm gonna let that go because we're gonna add some
You can let the Van Gogh go.
add some of that red that I had earlier. Which red did I use?
I wish we had Carrie Gibson here. She says it so beautifully.
Hmm?
When she says Van Gogh, she says it properly. And I'm sure
Oh, I
some
know.
people's ears just hurt whenever we say
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Yeah, it's like you got
It may be a little.
a goober in the back of your throat. Some of that German guttural.
Is he Van Gogh? Is he German?
Well,
Dutch.
He's Dutch, but there's still that.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess it's Germanic.
Yeah.
Okay, so after some layers on the jelly plate, the surface of the paper became raspy. Is that because of the paint or the technique? I need a better explanation of raspy.
I don't know that. I want to try to get some.
Ooh, yes. Smooth. Okay, so no smooth. Became smooth. So on the jelly plate, some of the paper became smooth. Trying to figure that out. So after some layers on the jelly plate, the surface of the paper became smooth. It is because of the paint or the technique. Yes.
It's the paint, yeah. And you will notice that you're more, the different bodies of paint are going to react differently. And sometimes when I want, and I'll just show you here, we're going to pull this with Nicolazo. This is going to make it really slick and smooth and...
Oh yes, shiny almost sometimes.
Shiny. Has a very lustrous...
And I'll tell you now, if you have any of, like some of P's paint mixes, she used that tar gel. And we can always tell those because they are like glass. They also take forever to dry.
Yes, they do.
Oh, not smooth, rough. Well then, so sometimes, if you have lots of paint on there, pulling it up, it will pucker the paint, creating a rough surface.
And also, if you don't make your brayer, if you have your brayer and you've got wet paint on there and you've left it on there to dry, it's going to create kind of a texture.
Okay.
You know, I was using this.
See, we'll get there, Miriam. No worries.
What? What?
Well, English is not Miriam's first language, but she is quite good. But I've kind of noticed certain little things. Even, you know, some of our other members and things. It takes us a minute, But if you guys keep at it, which we are totally fine with, please do. We'll get there. And, you know, Darcy, she obviously figured it out, which was very sweet. So keep at it. And your English is beautiful.
Yes, and it
Well
is
written.
certainly a lot better than
Probably
our...
more to do with us than...
whatever language it is. Yeah, chances are a lot better for you than for us.
Exactly.
Okay, I want you to see how nice this... See this? And I was noticing...
Hey, Cheryl.
And I can do this because this needs to rest a bit. See how I have to grip that really, and I'm kind of, you know, it's a thumb that, but this one is like my whole hand. Every finger is engaged in this. Now let me show you something else. Just, you know, I was telling Mariah, I said, my wrist is hurting, but I want you to see what I have to do ergonomically.
Mm-hmm. I
have to sort of elevate my elbow to get this to do what it's going to do. Whereas this, it's just I've got it totally under control here.
Some kudos for Anthony.
And for Mariah, because she's the one that said, I think what we need to do is we need to measure your hand.
Well, because I think Susan had done that, and maybe I think Patty Tully Parrish, because she has one from Anthony. And so they had talked about that. And Susan, was it you that said, like, you had, like, she'd found all kinds of kitchen things and whatever to figure out what the, you know, size was.
Uh-huh.
And so that's kind of what I did. We have these, like, little bowls that, you know, have snap tops and stuff. Love that. Yes.
But see, you can see that nice little bit of, it's just a satiny finish. Alrighty then. That's being said, let's move on to my next one, which I'm going to have to, and I apologize for this ahead of time. I really meant to have them out here.
That is interesting, Darcy.
Okay. Pull my whole circle file here, and again, apologies for not being more.
Oh, yes, so Susan says, yes, Pete. And if you turn it on its edge, it gets into the crevices of the nesting circles, etc. He did a great job with his design.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, we get to kind of have a little review here. Here's some...
His folders are always there. Jeez.
Here's some... I don't know what that was for. But what I'm really looking for is I'm looking for this guy right here. And I'm going to keep both of these out because I really like, I like the big ones, but then I like to use the big ones and the little ones at the same time. Now, I thought I had, oh my gosh, I haven't even used that.
Hey, Gayla. Oh, goodness. She has also found that art is better with whiskey. Finally have found the right role models. She's not drinking today.
I forgot my whiskey today.
I've noticed that you need to send somebody to the store to, you know, re-up the... Yeah.
Hey, that wasn't a full bottle.
No, it wasn't at all, but...
Gosh, you're making me sound like I'm a
No,
lush.
it wasn't her. It's just... We've had the bottle for a while. Just like...
And Brad doesn't ever drink, so... I
But
mean,
that
he
is
does.
his whiskey.
But that is his whiskey, yeah.
And who knows? We might, you know, any day now.
Okay, I don't like know what this is called, Mariah. It's called the Circles and Lines.
Aqueous effervescence.
Aqueous effervescence.
And that is a large 5x7.
5x7. Okay. I really like this for my 5x7 plate because it gives me, you know, that. All right, now I'm going to show you this stuff. This, because if you're going to use your opaque, you either want to use it first or last. The in-between part is where you get yourself in trouble and you lose what you got.
I'm going to have to cut that one open and just give it up.
I know. I'm squeezing it down to the very, very, very bottom. And then I will open up the end and take my trusty tool that Felicia sent me and dig that stuff out.
Mm-hmm. And so someone else may just get a cough, so best be prepared. Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, I see. It's just after a while, it comes back. And I started off today, and I was in good shape.
Well, because you hadn't been talking.
And I don't know if this is what I want, but I won't know if it's what I want until I see it.
Actually, don't they say that really, like if you're like liquor that you're cooking with doesn't really necessarily have to be good liquor because.
Well, there's various ideas about that. I don't think you should make that as an absolute statement.
If you got good stuff, I guess use it.
And especially if you're going to be hitting it, you know.
Oh yeah, while cooking. That's true.
While cooking, you don't want to be drinking crappy whiskey.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, this bourbon goes down smooth. Well, now, see, because that ghost print was much lighter, I don't have the coverage on that I had on, shove that there, the first pull. So you can see the difference here.
Ah.
First pull.
Right.
Ghost print.
Well, and you have the positive, or well, you actually have the negative, and then you have the positive, the actual stencil.
Right. I have to do something. This looks kind of cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does look kind of cool.
I'm going to put some yellow on that. I'm going to use some...
Put some yellow on it.
Put some yellow on it. I'm going to use the finer... See, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that this is going to be mo better.
I like that. Okay. So, daughter number 2, who attended culinary school, reported to me that long ago to use the good stuff if you expect good results. Cooking the alcohol out Cooking the alcohol out leaves you only with the flavor. So you want a good flavoring.
Yeah, that's what I'm running, especially if you're going to be drinking a little as you go.
I would say talk to the people at the liquor store. Go to a nice liquor store.
Well, I can't remember what the name of this is, this bourbon.
This is the...
Something Brothers.
Yeah, Something Brothers. It's a Texas one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's small batch. And it's dang good stuff.
Here, I can probably find it. Hold on.
And yes, I do need to replace it because the holidays are coming up. That's really the only time we ever...
I just can't, you know... I can't deal the next day, even if I've had just a little bit. Because... Yeah.
Yeah.
With a 5-year-old is trying enough. With a slight headache, it's just unbearable.
I can remember we had some kind of a going away party or birthday party or something on Sunday night once.
I think it's Garrison Brothers.
Garrison. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, geez, they have a... If you want a... Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon 2020 edition. $458.
I don't think I need that.
No, we didn't get that bottle.
Now,
Hey, but that stuff you've been drinking?
Yeah.
$75.
Well, no wonder it's so good. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little more appreciative.
Well, I knew it was good stuff. I mean, I've had rot gut before. I know what that tastes like. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
It hurts your throat. This stuff is like gold.
Mm-hmm.
Guess we know why now. All right, now that pulled off some, but I'm going to go ahead and use that same paper. Just move it up a little bit.
Oh, Abby likes 20-year-old tawny port. I don't like ports. Too sweet. Mm-mm. That makes my head hurt. Thinking about
I don't even know that I've ever had any.
I've had port on we actually have a bottle of port that we got when we went to Canada. It's still
Now,
rolling
you know what?
around out in the fridge out there.
I need to be sipping some Jägermeister because that tastes like cough syrup anyway.
Just about. I don't like the Jaeger. Tastes like...
licorice. Licorice. Look at that. Now see, isn't that cool? Well, I'm thinking that these are going to be really... Okay, now I've got some mucky muck here, so I really need to get that off.
What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it?
Do with what?
Oh, I mean, to get it off of there.
Oh, I'm going to use my transparent yellow iron oxide.
Trish says, "Yay,
Some more yellow.
Jaeger." I tell you, I think Trish and Evie, getting you three together would be, I think, probably darn near dangerous.
I'll tell you what. I just remember, I'm not going to go into that, but it's what I call the catcher-upper. If you take a couple of shots of that, you can get to the same place that everybody else is real fast. You know, if you came to the party late and everybody else is kind of, you know, on their way, and you would like to be able to not say ugly things to them because they're really obnoxious, and you'd like to get to the level that they are so that you don't alienate your
Kristen,
friends and family.
What we do with these, I think what P is trying to create a lot of these that she's doing on the tissue paper are for our Archipenko sculpture.
Yeah.
Some of you guys haven't seen that. I'm going to go grab Archie so you know what I'm talking about. But we've been working on it for now over, probably coming up on 6 weeks. The Archie just series of everything. The actual sculpture's been going on just a couple weeks now. Yeah.
Maybe a month or two.
It all does kind of merge together, doesn't it?
It really does.
But P has finally decided that I think she's going to go for a more colorful, obviously. You've kind of jazzed things up here lately.
Well, you know, it's Susan's fault because she brought that up, and you know, sometimes I will just kind of blow something off, or it seems like I'm blowing it off, but really it's registering and yeah, marinating. I'm ruminating.
Ruminating.
Pardon me. See, that stuff just starts getting caught in my throat.
Here, I'm going to go front side because Archie's just best to be seen.
And the other day, this is how this happened, and this is how stuff in my life happens. I told Mariah, I said, I haven't yet achieved an emotional attachment to anything that I've done so far. Yeah. I haven't just said, oh my God, that's it.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm trying to...
Okay. I wait for those aha moments, especially when I've spent, do you know how many hours this represents here?
With the first layer of decoupage. She hates it.
Yes, I spent 3 days getting that done.
Yeah.
So.
Which really didn't leave
a big time investment here.
Not a lot of love time, a lot of angry time.
Angry, yes. This is imbued with anger.
So there haven't been enough coats of paint to cover up the...
So I'm trying to make it happy again. Mm-hmm. So I want it to be happy. I initially started off with it being happy.
Yeah.
And I want to recapture that
and so you're thinking
emotional intensity.
You're going to use a lot of these colorful ones.
I'm going to use a lot of these colorful
She also really liked the connected nested. She felt even that, because I think we were also trying to force that whole idea of using the Archipenko stencil.
And I put them up here against it, and the problem is the scale. Mm-hmm. They were all too big. So then I got out these smaller, and then the circles, the nested circles, going over each other, and I'm probably not going to be able to use, but I want you just to visualize, you know, this over the surface here.
Well, and it's kind of cool because, as you said, all right, so I'm loving this, and I'm starting to get warm and fuzzies towards it a bit more too. So that's kind of got your Van Gogh feel to it, and then if you start bringing in some of those, you could maybe block off some of the sections into different colors.
Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about almost like quilting it.
Oh, yes.
And I'm thinking about, rather than tearing, cutting it so that I have sharp, defined edges rather than, you know, the kind of, yeah. So that's where we are with things there. So I pull the reason, there's two reasons I wanted to clear this plate off. And I'm
Okay, I'm going top side again. Hold on.
go top side.
I said, well, you know.
Okay, look at how nicely that pulled all that off. And do you see this lovely shimmery, satiny
Slicky.
finish to this? I love this. Now, we're going to go back to, oh, I covered it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one of the beauties of gel prints is that you can collage some things. So anything that's in your studio that maybe like if you want to do pencil jars or you know, any type of jars, metal tins, you know, or even like, you know, canned things, those are great to cover. And then that way you have some really cool things in your studio that you now have your art on them, which is fun. We also make books with them.
What did I do with my,
What are you looking for?
the one that I did with paper bags. And I used the printing on the bags and it's got brushes in it. I don't know where it is.
What are you talking about?
My container, my half and half
Oh.
container that I made
Oh.
into,
I don't know, lady. Things
I don't
like berries.
either. It was here. I'll find it and I'll show you. Just help me remember.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get this slightly wobbly. Just because I want it to be slightly wobbly. Let's see, I even left my black out so I didn't have to search for it on the cart.
Okay. I'll be on the spammer business.
What is it?
Darcy's she's gonna be listening, but she's making supper.
Oh, okay. What's she cooking?
I don't know. What are you cooking, Darcy?
Ask her.
I did. Now she has to stop and type again.
Don't burn the bacon.
Unless you like it crispy.
Well, I like it crispy, but I don't like it burned.
Colleen made a skin for her new iPhone. Under the clear protective screen. Oh, cool.
Well, I need to do that. I just have stupid stickers on mine.
Mm-hmm. Now, if Izzy gave you those stickers, beware, because I tell you, she keeps, she put some Hello Kitty ones on Brad's phone. I'll find it. I was like, oh, those are, I told Brad, I said, oh, those are new. Is yeah.
I have to tell you this story about. Okay. My second husband was considerably older than I was, and he had daughters that.
Are the same age.
A daughter that was the same age that
Yeah.
I am. And Carmichael was a wonderful father. And he would go along with all kinds of little things with his kids. And
He
so
was just
they
a
were
wonderful
playing
person.
beauty salon. And so Susie had put all these little clippy things in his hair and everything. And
When he had hair.
when he had hair, bless his heart. And then he forgot all about it and he went for coffee down
And this is a small town.
at the Dairy Queen and, you know, took his hat off and he had all these little clippy things in it, in his hair. And oh my gosh, those, I mean, I knew about this because they all told me about this like
years.
30 years later. They were
Uh-huh.
still remembering.
Yeah. I'm sure Carmichael has a great thing to say back to him.
Oh, I'm sure he did too. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
And it's really interesting because it almost looks like you could feel the little things on there, but you can't. And I've also now got this one.
Ooh, hey, look, I'm looking. Those of you that are new, that are watching, hello, please let us know that you're here. We are live right now. if you don't see the chat, then we're not live. Well, you still see it, but if you can't chat in the chat, then we're on the replay. But currently, we are live. So if you could chat in the chat, please do. Let us know that you're here. We'd love to say hello back.
Yes,
We've got 95 people. Remember, if we hit 100, we'll give away a stencil. Now, you must place an order, but you can have a free stencil if you place an order. That's the rule. Oh, a blue. I like this. This looks stormy.
Kind of does.
Hey, Jeanette.
There was still some. Is this our Jeanette?
Hey, Violet.
Is our Jeanette in Germany?
No, Jeanette, aka Jeanette.
Okay, well, I'm not liking that because I want really clean, clear colors. And but it'll work for something else. I need to clean my plate.
Ooh, I love that.
I think it's nice. It's just not going to, I don't think I'm going to like it for what I'm doing here, but.
Oh, that's not for Archie.
That's not for Archie. That's not for Archie. Okay, now we're going to get some.
Oh, and we don't mind the lurking. You still count if you're lurking. No problem. We just do like to say hello to people. And do give the thumbsy upsies because that's very helpful. It lets other people know that you're here. You liked it, and some other people might like it.
Try something. We know this is semi-transparent, but we also know it's a pretty strong blue, but maybe I should use that.
I was thinking the same thing, Ann.
What?
I was also thinking that maybe, and that it was clean on the inside.
What?
So, Diane, I didn't know if she wanted to necessarily read it out loud, but I'm going to now. My son wanted to take me out for lunch a few weeks after my knee replacement. Wasn't real with it and found out that my blouse was, I guess she wasn't really into it is maybe what she was trying to say there, and found out my blouse was on inside out in the restaurant.
Oh man, I have.
Hello, Allison and Jerry.
I think most of us have, or I don't know. Some people
I've worn things
don't
inside
have
out.
those kind of stories to tell.
I've worn two different, I had the exact same shoes in a brown and a black, and I've worn, I wore like the brown one and the black one. One brown, one black. Yeah, I think that's. And P gets mad at me because I will hang laundry up that's wrong side out.
Anymore when I do her laundry, if it's wrong side out, I just leave it that way. And if they're gonna wear it like that, well, whatever.
Yeah, hoop-de-doo.
Hoop-de-doo. Doop-de-doop-doop-doop.
Doop-doop.
Okay, now see, you can see a little bit of blue through there.
I like that.
I don't hate it.
Snake skinny.
And you can see blue, blue. You just have to make sure you're putting it down on the right side.
Yeah, the one that's dry.
Yeah. Okay, let's get a little experimental here.
Oh, goodness.
What? What?
Oh, it's getting good. All right, here we go. So years ago, this is from Ann Lover. Years ago, a group of us were talking in the hallway at church. A very proper lady walked in and hung up her coat. We all gasped at the same time and chased her. She had forgotten to put on her skirt.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'd like to say
I haven't forgotten.
No?
Yet. Shouldn't be even saying anything because, yeah, now that's in my brain. That's funny.
That's funny. That's good stuff.
I also have worn different earrings because I was looking at one and
trying
thinking,
them on, and then for
let me see, do I want this one or do I want that one? And then something happened, and all of a sudden you're just going, oh, that looks so good.
There you go, Jody. I've actually had a slip fall down too. I don't know if it was like in.
Oh,
you know.
remember when Erin, when she went to, it was a funeral. I can't remember whose funeral it was, but you know where the family has to pass before the casket and everything. And so she was wearing this slip that I loaned her, and she was a lot skinnier than I was, but it was so cool because it kind of just fell down around her knees, and without even missing a step, she just took her foot and flipped it up, got it, and went right out. I just was so
Impressed.
I was very impressed with that. Didn't even miss a beat.
Dubsy says slips, never regretted them falling out of favor.
God, isn't that the truth?
Now, is this one going on Archie, or you just
I don't
gonna
know. I'll have
pull
to
in the
decide,
fall?
but this one definitely is. Look at this one. Those little cells. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. All right, we're getting some good stories here. Once my grandma was so hot, she took off her sweater thinking she had a shirt on under it. She didn't. This happened in front of her boys, or her boy cousin. Well, did she have any undergarments?
Oh, that's great.
Is she all natural? There's levels of, you know. Oh, goodness.
I don't know if this is the thing to do, but you know, we're just chatting, and I'm having such a good time here. I was really tired today, and I told Mariah, I
She's
said,
kinda low.
my energy level is just really low. I don't know what it is, and I've taken all my vitamins and been drinking lots of water, but I just feel tired.
But you're feeling a little
But
more
now
energized.
I'm just feeling much more energized, and you know, and that's just, I think that's, oh my God, can I just, you know? I don't know gray, if gray is what I'm going for on Archie, but I really, you know, I won't know till I get into it.
Fran was sitting in a waiting room at the solicitor's. It's the solicitor's.
The lawyer.
Lawyer. There we go. Yeah, I knew that it just wasn't registering with me. Had a coat. She had a coat on, and then suddenly realized her top was inside out. She dashed to the loo before the solicitor arrived. Phew. No harm, no foul.
Okay, now look at that. That looks really cool. I don't know that I will want to use it for what, but now I'm going to let that dry. The reason I'm going to let that dry is because if I pull that with a really, let me see, what do I want? I need to pull that with something light, because that's going to make all of the little dark lines show up. Okay, and you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use that. Look at this. This is really subtle. No, really low contrast, but you're still getting some of the, and that paper, you know, it's going to show through.
Oh, Mary Ellen asks if maybe your potassium levels.
Oh,
Eat a banana.
I could go make a smoothie after we get through. I made a,
I would like a smoothie. Don't get crazy with the banana. I want bananas take over everything.
yeah, bananas are very strong. I made macaroni salad, but it's now pasta salad because I added black olives to it.
Oh, that was a terrible idea.
I enjoyed it so much. You and Van, he doesn't, he says, I do not endorse
I don't
that.
approve that at all.
That has not been approved by
Did you see that sinister little chuckle thing that she did? She knew exactly. And she was so happy that she got to say that on the stream and got the reaction she wanted.
Hey, whoever makes the macaroni salad can put in whatever they want.
Colleen says, drink water. Your electrolytes are off. Could be.
I have been drinking lots of water. But if I'm not careful, I'll have to go pee here in a minute.
I'll just have Izzy pick them out. She actually likes the black olives.
All right, so what did we decide? We decided we're going to go with Prussian blue here, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, Arctic ice was...
It's not. It's not dry yet. It's taking a while. Let's pull something that we've got back here.
I like that idea. That makes sense, Fran. That makes sense.
Look at that bubble, Fran. I'll squeeze it out on the next round.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think, you know, here, it is what it is with the bubble. Looky there. I think you completed an entire print and pull during a stream.
No, I already had this down.
Oh. Almost.
But I like to do that. I like to have those down where I can just add that next, because I think that that's really very instructive.
Oh, Brad's excited about the black olives as well.
Is Brad excited? Me too, Brad.
Boo.
And you know what else I put in? Pepper flakes. Well, Izzy doesn't eat that anyway.
Well,
The only kind of, as far as macaroni, pasta, elbow macaronis, is mac and cheese.
mm-hmm.
She's a real poopy diaper head on that one. Okay, I'm trying to see what I've got over here that I need to do something to. Oh, we need to do something to this lovely.
What's sad is that it's really lovely from that other side.
I know, but depending,
Perhaps.
I'm thinking about Prussian blue.
You need to go dark with it, I think, if you want any chance of that other stuff showing
I
up.
do. I think I do. But maybe not too dark. Maybe just something like a manganese blue.
Oh, I hate that blue. But yeah, sure. Go for it. I'm still reeling about this. Olive
I'm
situation.
thinking so. I think it's going to... I think it's going to give just enough because it's kind of semi-transparent. So, oh my, we need to do something with that. Getting some bad stuff going on here.
Oh, yeah. It's hard enough getting them on when it's right.
What is that?
It's hard enough to screw the lid on.
Yes, when she has a clean nose, much less when her nose is very goopy.
Oh, yeah. We're all fans of the mac and cheese around here. We like the Annie's.
Yes. And there is a definite difference.
Now, it must be made with butter.
Yes.
That's a have to.
I don't think this is going to come across as blue. If anything... Pardon?
Oh, Laura, that's funny. She says, don't you love it when you can fix food the way you like it rather than having to please the rest of the family? That's
do.
pretty much how she operates.
Yeah. If I'm
Pretty
making
much.
it, the rest of you are screwed. If you don't like it, I don't really care.
She's like, just be impressed that I made it.
Just, work around whatever. I could have put in green peppers.
Bell peppers is what
Bell
you're
peppers.
saying? That's just crazy talk. Crazy talk.
Everybody likes them except Mariah.
Maybe not. They're like bananas. They take over everything, and then that's all that's there. I don't mind it if they're cooked in something, but they need to be not a lot of them. I am particular.
I absolutely love stuffed green peppers.
I am not a fan of that's fantastic right there. That was the save.
Isn't that just... It looks like a sunrise.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
And hopefully that's going to pull.
Now, you know
really
what I do
nicely.
love? I love those. We need to make some of these, those stuffed, the little, like the orange and yellow ones.
Oh, not ready.
And what did we stuff them with?
What is it?
Those stuffed ones, the stuffed peppers.
Oh,
those are-
cream cheese and bacon and jalapenos.
Yeah.
Those were
Oh,
awesome.
sausage. Did we do some with sausage?
Maybe they had sausage in them
No, it
too.
was
They were
fantastic.
really good.
It was really
We
good.
need to find that recipe.
And I even have a little pepper cooker. Like it's a little, it stands them up. She thought it was kind of ridiculous, but turned out.
Hey, it worked beautifully because
Yes.
otherwise you have to get a pan and then they keep falling
It
over.
pukes out. Then you gotta shove it back in.
Hey, it was
Got a
brilliant,
pepper,
and we really need to use it more often.
We should.
Okay, where are we here? Well, we can't do anything because that plate is still wet.
Oh, Miriam. So the paper that P typically uses, well, there's a few,
Yes.
but like the main one is the 32-pound hammer mill. Like that's kind of the go-to for most things. Now, when she talks about, oh, this is going to be a really good one, I'm going to use the heavy, nice paper. That's going to be the Jack Richardson.
Yes.
The other one that is quite nice and fairly reasonably priced. Now, where you're at, I don't know. This is in the States. So, that is the Paycon printmaking paper. And you might even be able to get it around wherever you can get, like, school time, like school paper. I know in Canada it's kind of tricky to get it, but there are other papers. Like, if you can get Blick, it's the sulfate. Sulfite.
Student grade, yeah. Printing papers.
Sulfite. Sorry, sulfate's like, I think that's like, there's drugs that are sulfate drugs. I'm highly allergic to that, by the way. Damn it. She's dropping lids again. But, yes, those are kind of the main ones. If you look in the description area below in the video, we have all those listed. So you can just check them out and then find out if you can get them locally. That was a really long description, but I wanted to make sure, because that's a question that comes up quite often.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of you guys obviously hang with us pretty regularly, but we do have some new folks. And I was really hoping we were going to hit the 100 mark today, but I don't know. We're just sitting there.
Just sitting there.
We're just sitting there. You gotta come tell some of your friends. We need 6 more people, and if we hang out there for a few minutes, I will give away a stencil. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Yeah, I could set up one for Nightbot. I will do that. I'm going to remind myself. I'm going to make a note to set up one for paper. And I think I'll just do those like kind of top 3. What do you think?
What is it?
Like Hammermill, Paycon,
And
Jack
Richardson.
and Carnival Tissue.
And
So
Carnival
4.
Tissue.
Yeah.
I can't get along without that anymore. I'm so totally.
She's hooked
I am
on the circus paper. I love it.
the circus paper.
It's quite the circus around here. Liz has been lurking. Well, hello, Liz. I'm glad you're here. No, it doesn't. It only counts different subscribers. So if you got multiple subscribers in the house, get them to log on. Poblano stuffed with shrimp.
Oh, yum.
She's on board with that. I don't. Maybe.
Now I want you just to appreciate that.
That's some fiery, bubbly yum yum.
Wonderful, wonderful. Almost.
All right.
And
well,
I know that one. We're probably going to just be pulling that one much later
on
because
Instagram.
remember I used open paints and yeah. What?
Darcy's log that she has too. Yeah, because I think like we have I have my personal one, which I never, very rarely show up anywhere as mine. And then I have PM Artist Studio.
Well, because I had some residual yellow on there, it went kind of greeny.
Mm-hmm.
But it may not be horrible.
Oh, you know what's cool? Some of the honeycomb. This would be pretty interesting to do, like a little project for, or an idea for a project. You could use the honeycomb as a, like, Liechtenstein kind of, if you wanted a collage in that, you know,
yeah, the little
comic
dot
book style. That would be pretty neat. And if you had the different sizes of them, you could even get a variation in that. That might be fun. Thank you, Judy P. You're so sweet. She gave us a super chat.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Pear giving us kisses.
Well, I got good definition.
Aw, thanks.
Okay, now what other color have we not used? Let's try some of this light blue.
You haven't done much with purple.
I'm not feeling that.
Okay. Or pink.
I'm certainly not feeling that.
Well, you know, they're colors too. I do like that powdery blue. That one makes me happy. Just so you know.
Good to know, Mariah. We aim to please. Oh my gosh, that's a lovely color.
Well, that's looking fantastic
Oh.
right there. It even did
It's doing a little crazing stuff there.
Oh, that too, but the pattern transferred over.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Christina. No worries. We're glad you said hello.
Yes, we are.
Lynn would like to know if you're off the opera rose.
Kinda am.
Yeah, and I don't think opera rose would be our Chapenka. Like, I think what you're sort of aiming for here, or where it seems that it's kind of sitting, is a lot of primary color.
Yes.
Which is great, because I like that you're kind of hitting that pop culture look of it. I think that's going to be pretty nifty, with then the cubism sort of thing in the structure of it. I like that combination.
Okay, we're going to let that set a bit. And I'm not sure what to pull it with, but it will come to me.
Judy's even open to the color pink today. It's such a good day.
See what?
Judy P. She says, heck, it's such a good day. I even like the color pink.
Oh my goodness, look at that large bubble I've got there.
Why is everything so bubbly?
One over here too.
That last one was an 8x10 stencil, right?
Yeah.
So that was,
Yeah.
that's the 8x10 uniform honeycomb.
Yeah.
And then there's a broken version of each size too.
And then there's this one.
There's a little 5x7. And you can see, it's great when the paint's on there, you really see it. The variation in size. So then see, not all of those little hexagons have the same line width, which then creates
And that's what creates that.
some
Isn't that cool?
brunchiness there for you.
I thought that was so brilliant. I just really did. I mean, I love line weight variety, but I just think that this really shows it.
And Brad did a good job. He's very thoughtful in that aspect of things.
Yes, he is. All right.
And what's cool is you can then overlap them and get that cool flowery look. See? See what's happening?
Yeah, and you almost have to, you can't do it,
Oh, I don't think you could do it at the same time. You've got to
no,
layer it.
you're going to have to layer it because I've got enough paint on here that I'm not going to get. And if you are going to do, you should always have your big one down and put your little one over it because you can squeeze it down in there more better.
That's a
Not
good call.
that is something that I would really...
Yeah, I think you'd still get very unreliable.
I think you should just go ahead and pull it as a separate print. You will be happier with that.
Yeah. Layer your prints, not your stencils. Especially in this instance. Which red is this?
I don't know. It's my Galleria Crimson.
Okay, Lucas Frill.
No.
Galleria.
Winsor Newton
Ah,
Crimson. I like it a lot. It's a good one.
nice catch there, Violet. Ooh, she's fast on that one. Hey, and I'm thinking you might even with the bigger ones. Remember how the best one that does it are the pansy ones.
Oh, yeah.
That you get the cool puckering.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on the paint, she's not putting on a lot of paint right now because it usually requires a bit of paint. But then you get that
On the big
puckering.
one, most
And
definitely.
I bet she'll do that. I bet the big honeycomb will do the same thing, and probably even the big snakeskin could.
Very possibly. I don't know though.
Hello,
That's
Kathy. Welcome.
it's almost that it needs to have that rounded
Yeah.
in order to create that suction effect.
So I wonder, yeah, maybe the honeycomb is
Breaking it up.
less likely.
Huh.
Some things to think about.
Things to think about.
What is a true high coverage black? And that's
Best buy for the money.
I was gonna say, and it's reasonable because the Amsterdam Standard is a very reasonably priced and good quality paint.
I think it is, yes, definitely. Okay, look at that.
That's awesome.
Pull that with like a cream or even white.
Oh, and that would make like an awesome, okay, I'm getting a lot of ideas about these because you could collage with these really well. So it could be a koi fish.
Yes.
So not only honeycomb, but these have a very scale. Or if you wanted to get the snakeskin, because we have it too, which I think would work well. But I think the honeycomb might be where it's at.
Alrighty, so we've got this and it's fairly opaque. So we can go ahead and do something in the background that is going to just be where the lines are. Knock on wood. This is very subtle and nice.
You got 6 minutes.
I've got 6 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can do it. Well, let's do this.
Black 3.0, probably, yes. But Black 3.0 is quite pricey.
Well, and here's the other thing. It's not heavy body. It's kind of loosey-goosey. It's got good coverage, but
yeah.
it's not thick. That's why I like the Amsterdam.
Ricky, I could totally do that. I'm going to put a date on it because it depends. She says, Mariah, would you be willing to make a list of P's absolute favorite paints? Name of color and brand. The one she goes to time and time again.
And I do
For
have
example, golden nickel azo gold.
those. Yes.
All right, well, P, you're in charge of that. It will be a handwritten list.
Well, here, just grab yourself a piece of paper and I'll dictate. And you can write.
Listen.
Definitely nickel azo gold. Transparent red iron oxide. Transparent yellow iron oxide. Oh my gosh, that's looking so good.
Mm-hmm. Prussian.
Prussian blue.
Which one?
Which one do I like the best? I like the golden. It's a little bit different than the Amsterdam.
Open or heavy body?
Both. Because you just use them at different... You know, I don't really have any in the fluid.
No, but you have Liquitex that is a more fluid.
I do. Yes, I do, and I love
they need
that.
A Prussian. And I don't know that it necessarily matters the brand. They do vary in color. So even though it's Prussian, that's beautiful. Wow, she's very proud of that.
Look at that. Oh. I mean, what is not to love about that?
Yeah, that's pretty fancy stuff there.
Okie dokie.
I'm just going to refer back to the video and I'll mark the time.
Okay, this yellow is definitely one that you absolutely need.
Uh-huh.
The opaque, and I like this, and look, I've got crap loads of them here. Yellows.
You need a yellow.
If you need a yellow.
But her most favorite is that 210 opaque. But then what's your favorite in a transparent?
Oh, the same thing. Except not.
That's the Indian yellow in the Lucas Grill Studio.
I love this. Now, this is really nice, and it's almost, I mean, these kind of guys are in like the same, but they're really not totally the same. And I do like the Indian yellow hue, but I like this better, and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Transparent yellow iron oxide. Did I already say that? Yeah. Transparent red iron oxide. Yes. Quinacridone nickel azo gold. It's right in between the transparent red and the nickel yellow nickel azo.
Oh, the name of the opaque yellow is the Amsterdam. Now that's the expert, and I think that for that one you want to go with that. I think they do have it in standard.
But it's half.
Yeah, but it isn't.
It's semi-transparent.
Because you get more pigment with the expert series.
I think that must be it. I don't know for sure.
That's always our answer to that.
Yes.
Until they start hanging out with us and letting us know.
Okay, Quinacridone Magenta. Love this.
Yeah.
If this is the only red that you can get, this is the one I would get.
And do keep in mind that a lot of times you can get those golden fluids in sets. And they will have kind of those top 5, which will be probably most of the ones that P has named.
Yeah.
And then you can have a nice little starter series, and you can go, all right, I really like this for this, and then buy it in the bigger one.
And
watch for the
sales. Most of these that I have here are from my husband, who's also a painter.
Miriam says she has sunny yellow, radiant yellow, lovely yellow. Time to change paint company.
I just absolutely think this is just so cool. Look at how brilliant blue that is there. And then over here, it's almost into that Prussian.
Yeah.
Well, now this is one of those, I really wish this were on good paper, because I think it's a print that would be nice framed.
Mm-hmm. I think the pollen count's very high today.
I don't know what it is.
The weather's been nice.
But you can tell what color it is. Okay, this needs to ripen.
Yeah, hopefully we can get we'll get a good Instagram poll off of that one, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
We'll come back to some of these. We are kind of here at the end. We very much appreciate those of you that have hung out with us. If you're coming in here, this is the end. Do come back, watch the whole replay, and leave us comments below. We love those. We love reading. If you have questions, we come back, we answer those. And even if you just want to give us a little hello. I love
Howdy,
seeing
howdy.
those. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe, do all that YouTube-y business. We are going to be, we stream 3 times a week. That is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. And then we're back on Sunday at 10 a.m. and those are Central Times. Did I say everything? I think that's it.
So,
Otherwise, we shall see you guys on Sunday. Bye, guys.
bye. And you won't miss anything because I won't pull it.